Good morning everyone. Dad's Army has made it to Queenstown for some shenanigans in the snow, and we've had a day off from skiing and snowboarding today, and we've hired some e-bikes. We've cycled up the access road here at the bike park in Queenstown. We're going to go a little bit higher up and see if we can check out some tracks, so come join us for a wee bit of fun. Graham, do I need to blur your face out for this one?
Yes, please.
Alright, we'll blur it out. I won't mention your name either, Graham. Zach, I've got to ask you about that outfit. What the hell are you wearing?
Well, it's matching. It's the right thing, isn't it?
It's a wee bit colder than we're used to up here for our typical Sunday ride in Auckland.
Yeah. Top's a little bit tight.
Okay, so the boys got some photographs for their Instagram accounts, and then we headed for a track called Squid Run. It's down as an advanced track, a little bit above the bike park. We've never done this one before, but it was recommended to us. We've hired Giant Reign e-bikes for the day, hired these from Torpedo 7 down in town, and just simply rode up the bike park. The gondola's obviously closed this time of year, so we're going to see if we can ride and what it's like during winter. Now you may be thinking, it's winter in Queenstown, shouldn't you be skiing or snowboarding? And we were doing exactly that. Here's Zach doing some of his styly moves. These guys were all boarding and I was on skis because I always have to be different. Here's Graham. He was pretty good on the old board, going a little bit slow here, but he could certainly get some speed up in places. We also had Craig with us, although he didn't join us for the mountain biking. Now you may be thinking, well, where's Steve? Well, it was actually his very first time to the mountains, and he decided to learn to snowboard. Now I must admit, at the beginning it was a bit like watching a baby elephant try to get to its feet for the very first time, and it was a bit of a slow process, and someone did mention to Steve that he was very brave at his age to take on a new skill, but by the end of the week, Steve was doing full runs with us down the hill, carving back and forward beautifully. So he was super chuffed with himself to be able to master a new skill, and I think Dad's Army snow trips will become a yearly thing now. Now one thing when doing a ski snowboard holiday and trying to go riding at the same time, it's a bit hard to bring all the gear, and so Steve and Zach were wearing their snowboard helmets on the bikes. Now this is Zach with his snowboarding helmet, and he kind of looks almost cool. He liked it because nobody could tell that he was actually an old man under this full face helmet. I'm not so sure it looked as cool though on a mountain bike. That helmet, Zach, is that your normal mountain biking helmet?
Isn't it just terrible? It's like a freaking bowling ball on my head, like I'm going to get on a Vespa.
Alright, so let's get back into the Squid Run. Now, a lot of times you think these videos must make themselves, but they don't. We actually have to stop and film things, and it takes quite a little bit of time. So if you appreciate that, love it if you get the old thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, we really love that. Now, came out to a bit of snow here and thought this might be quite cool to set the camera up and film us riding through the snow. Okay, that's officially snow. Now I pulled out my little wooden GoPro stake, but the ground was frozen rock solid and couldn't do it. Steve reckoned he could though. How does that go in the ground, are you saying, Steve? Just push it in, did you say?
Yep. It's like playing rugby, mate. The old hacker kicks.
Alright, so the camera, it seemed to work. We set the camera up, and the idea was to ride past the camera. Here I am going past the camera on the first run, and stopping just past the camera. We then put the camera, this time in a hedge, made it a little bit easier. The idea to ride past the camera, and so you'll get a view in each direction. It seems a very simple concept. So this is what it looks like, riding towards the camera, and then riding away from the camera. Very simple concept, except some numpty messes it up. The concept was clearly too complicated for our Zach, but anyway, he did try.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have, should I? Because I thought it was fake.
Woo, she's icy. Okay, that's real ice, eh? Woo! Okay, so despite the snow and ice, we actually didn't get cold all day. Admittedly, we were wearing more kit than we would normally wear. One thing I do like about e-bikes is you can climb all the way up the hill and you don't get so hot as you would on a normal bike, and so you stay a more even, consistent temperature. Now I did have to keep wiping the lens a little bit, couldn't always see what was splashing up, and that could be a little bit sketchy doing that.
Oh shit, went to wipe the lens and nearly went down the bank.
I told you, it is kind of sketchy.
It's a wee bit ticky. Should we stop for the boys? Bit of tripoding going on there, Graham? Zach?
Nah! Yeah, baby!
Now this was Zach's first time on an e-bike, and he was loving it. Graham, of course, wouldn't admit to loving it, but I'm pretty sure he was. And I think Steve's about somewhere in the middle.
Good tripod's a good pod.
The Squid Run was an awesome piece of track. Really enjoyed it. It was a bit techy, but not too difficult. And despite being wet and in places icy, traction was really, really good. So we didn't have any issues with, I don't think anyone slipped off or fell off all day. I think Zach's going to get himself an e-bike soon. Maybe over Graham's dead body though. If you're interested in the Giant Reign e-bike, do plan to bring out a video of what I thought of the bike, so you'll just have to subscribe and watch that next week, and I'll tell you what I thought of it.
Whoa, what's this look like? You think I made a mistake? Oh no, we're all good. I thought maybe they'd jump or something.
Now Dad's Army has made it to Queenstown before, and we have ridden the bike park, and it's a lot of fun riding in the bike park. Saying that, it's pretty expensive riding in the bike park, and also we have been involved in some horrendous queues, I must admit, waiting to get back up in the gondola. So if I lived in Queenstown, having an e-bike there I think would be really awesome.
So I think we pretty much came middle here. So nice and slow.
Send it! Yep. Yeah, boy. Whoa, nice nosy.
Nice and slow down here, bud. Yep. Yeah, boy.
Well, that's the end of the Squid Run. Just following Zach down to the very end here, and then we need to get the phone out to try and work out how to get across to the next track we want to do, which is McNeely Gnarly.
Don't update your Facebook, Zach. We want Trail Forks. Where are we?
Rory's got very upset that I'm riding an electrical bike.
So we rode back up the access road again, halfway up through the bike park, and then found a set of jumps just at the top here, and so we started sessioning them in Dad's Army style. Of course, having the e-bike meant we could do it multiple times, but there's good fun on the e-bikes. They are quite fun to jump actually. I know, that's not a big jump, but then I don't jump big normally. Zach got in on the action. He seemed to get quite a bit of height out of his one. I think Graham still wanted to be back on his rip mode, but he had to admit that it was nice to be able to get up the hill without so much effort. And Steve, he got a bit of nice air as well. I think he was having a great day. Alright, I'm now following Steve down Hammies, and we are trying to find how to get across. I think it's to the Wynyard area, which has the Dream Track and the track we're looking for, McNeely Gnarly. Now coming downstairs, you're thinking, well, this doesn't seem quite right somehow. But the sign did say to come this way. However, we did have our doubts when we had to cross a stream, by the way, that was seriously cold, and then get up a really steep bank. Probably not a problem with a normal bike, but these bikes were seriously heavy. Graham's got dicky shoulder, so needed some help to get up the hill. Couldn't find the walk mode on these things. And then we got to the Dream Track. I'm about to hit up this jump, measured it out, it's just a mere 50 feet. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's crazy business. We're doing McNeely Gnarly, a grade 3 jump track. Now this track was seriously fun. I like my tech tracks, but I don't mind a bit of jump flow tracks at time, and this was one of the best tracks I've ridden in a long time. No braking bumps, nice and smooth, lots of little jumps to pop over. This was just a hoot. I'm just sad that we didn't get to hit it up more times. Talking of hitting it up more times, we hired the bike for 4 hours and returned it sometime after 5 hours. I think they're starting to wonder what had happened to them. Anyway, we found this jump section and decided to hit that up, and did multiple runs at this, and all the guys got involved as well. There's Graham and Zach and Steve as well. Alright, following Zach on down to the rest of the track on the squid run. Zach, this is Zach's favourite thing. He just loves these tabletops. You saw him if you watched the A-line video. He's just really good at this sort of thing. And we're back to the dream track, and we're still not doing that jump. But we did find this one, sort of wooden drop. I rolled in at first. I decided to do it before Zach because knowing Zach, he would go with way too much speed and flat land it. So I thought I would get in there first and show him that you didn't need too much speed. Alright, Zach made it look easy. Graham wasn't quite so sure though.
You can do it, Graham. We got faith. You can't go super slow though. Just roll off at about 22 kilometers an hour.
Alright, so Zach showed Graham the speed to do it at, and Graham's going to follow Zach anywhere. And they had another run at it as well. In fact, I don't know how many times we did this, but it was quite good fun on the e-bikes, no problem at all. And then finally, the very last part of the day, we found a jumps track. E-bikes maybe not the best thing for a jumps track, but yeah, it was good fun. And again, I don't know how many sessions we did on this. The e-bike, we just went up and down. You do have to be careful though on an e-bike. It is quite easy to oversend the jumps and go a little bit long. And that's exactly what Graham found on his first attempt. He had another go and pretty much did the same thing. Let's slow that up and have another look at it. Okay, so he's over jumped it, but where the hell is he going? Anyway, he did manage to clean it up, did a nice run. This was maybe best day ever. We had an awesome time. So certainly you can ride Queenstown in the middle of winter if you ever get the chance.
All right, well that could be another candidate for best day ever. Come to Queenstown, I guess you go skiing and snowboarding, but you can still go mountain biking in the winter. Had an epic day on the e-bikes. Don't forget, thumbs up, like, leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, click on the logo, and we'll see you on the next one.